The dream lifestyle, the cars, the planes, the freedom, the vacations. Is it really that easy, and can anyone do this overnight? When you see your favorite gurus, you see the massive success that they've achieved. How is it that they were able to get there, but you're still struggling? Is there something behind the scenes that you don't see? Is there something that they're not telling you? Or maybe they're not as successful as they claim to be? Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to be uncovering and investigating it all, because in this video, I'm going to be telling you about the top 5 things that they don't want you to know about entrepreneurship. Number 1, the first thing that they didn't tell you was that you're going to have to face a ton of rejection. It's just part of the game. Anyone that's even dipped their toe into entrepreneurship and business has faced rejection. We've all faced it. It's important to realize that people won't buy into an idea unless you show them the value in it and what it can do for them. Everyone is only tuned into the radio station WIIFM. What's in it for me? The biggest thing you should know is that you don't want to take rejection personally. One of the biggest mistakes that people in business can make is they take rejection personally, and look, we're humans after all. But it's not an attack on you. It's not a reflection on you. Don't let rejection get to you, and don't look at it at face value. Look at it for purely what it is. Perhaps it was a bad business plan. Maybe the service just wasn't presented correctly. Maybe there were certain terms in the partnership that just didn't work out for them. Maybe it wasn't a win-win scenario. Maybe it just wasn't the right timing. Or maybe they weren't a qualified prospect to begin with. You have to assess what the real reason for the rejection was. Make it a learning opportunity. Take constructive criticism. Don't just ignore everyone's comments and thoughts and opinions. Maybe there's something missing. Maybe you have to add something. Maybe you have to tweak something. And at the end of the day, you just can't sell everyone. Not everyone is going to be interested and buy into what you have to offer. It's just a fact. It's all about the numbers game. No matter how persuasive you are, no matter how good your sales page is, no matter how good you could think you could sell, it's all about how many people you're reaching and how many eyeballs are on your offer, how many doors you're knocking on, how many phone calls you're picking up. It's all a numbers game. You can't close anyone, and you can't just wait for that perfect customer. There's always going to be people that don't end up buying. This also leads me to number 2, which is you must have patience. There is no one out there that has achieved something great or became massively successful without patience and working their face off. It did not happen overnight, no matter what they tell you. You also have to realize that your business might fail miserably. Failure is just part of the process, and you have to stick it out. You'll always see the fancy toys and the fancy lifestyle, but you'll never see what it took to get there. Rarely will ever someone be that open about the months and years and even decades of patience and persistence that it took. You can't possibly sum up someone's entire life in one single article and one single movie. You can't let it discourage you that someone out there has achieved something so great and it seemingly looked like they got there so fast and it was so easy. You can't let that discourage you. If it makes sense to you, stick with it until it materializes into reality. Have a long-term plan that motivates you and pushes you every single solitary day. Many people have already achieved the same thing that you're after for. Chances are you can do it too. But that also leads me to number 3, which is your idea probably isn't as good as you might think. Too many people are trying to create the next Uber, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Apple as their first business idea. I'm not telling you not to think big, but the odds of you creating the next billion, trillion dollar company as your first business are little to none. You have to think realistically as well. Why are so many people trying to take this insane leap when they haven't even taken the first baby step? Make your first venture something that you can easily achieve and tons of people have already done. Try to just do something online, a small online business. Why are you trying to create the next massive company when you have no experience and no funds to do it? And number 4, the 4th thing that they did not tell you about entrepreneurship is that you'll actually be working more hours than someone that's employed. One of the biggest attractions of the entrepreneur lifestyle is that you could set your own hours. You can work when you want, sleep when you want, eat when you want, and you don't have any boss to tell you what to do. The fact is, especially in the beginning, before you can automate any processes and maybe you put your business on more of a passive level, the fact is you will have to work more hours than anyone else in a job. The entrepreneur does not have order and balance. They do not have a set number of hours that they work every single week. For an entrepreneur, their business is 24/7. There is no just clock in, clock out. It is something that's revolving around you every single second of the day. Your business or businesses will consume more hours in your day than anything else ever did in your entire life. And if it is not on your mind every single second of the day, if you're not thinking about it constantly, you are not taking it seriously, and maybe it just isn't for you. You could see a post on Instagram and think, wow, this guy probably doesn't even work more than 15 minutes out of the week. But the fact is, they are probably working a lot more than that. You just do not see it. Now, yes, some self-made CEOs, maybe they're not working as many hours as they used to maybe a couple of years ago. They have put something in place, they put mechanisms, they have employees, things to automate the process, make it more of a passive business. But It took a long time to get there, and it will not be easy. One of my favorite quotes, entrepreneurs are willing to work 80 hours a week to avoid working 40. And the fifth thing that they do not tell you about entrepreneurship is that it's physically and emotionally draining. It's going to be a lonely path, and even if you have people that support you, which many entrepreneurs unfortunately do not, you're probably the only one out of your circle that has these radical and insane plans that may or may not come to fruition. You're going to be alone with your own thoughts and constantly doubting yourself and wondering if you've made a mistake or did something wrong. You're going to get to a lot of points and times in your life where you're going to say, you know what, this is inconceivable, it is just not possible, it's been a lie this whole time. But if you set small goals along the way and you prioritize your time and you do everything in your power to reach those small goals one step at a time, you will get there. There is no easy path. You have to expect the unexpected and always have a plan B. You have to be willing to make massive sacrifice. Perhaps there will be times when you cannot go out because you have something to do, or you have to work on your business. You won't be able to catch that show because you have something scheduled at that time. Your friends might be going out and pressuring you to come with them, but you have to prioritize and know that you are planting seeds today and you will reap the benefits in the future. You are putting in the effort, the work, the constant battle today so that way you have the freedom tomorrow. Now, all this might sound like bad news and very negative and frustrating, but I do want to leave you with the fact that it is more easier to do a business and start a business today than ever before. We all have the power that we need right in our pockets, right at our fingertips to start a business. It's easier than ever before, and you could start a business with literally little to no money right now. 100 years ago, you might have needed what would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars in today's money to open up factories, hire people, and have tons of staff to help you all the step of the way. The fact is, you could be your own boss. You can do it all by yourself. As long as you have some sort of a step-by-step guide or plan that works out, it's been tested and proven, you could make it happen. Do not let anyone tell you that it can't. Entrepreneurship can be a wonderful thing and not only help you and your lifestyle, but could also impact millions of other people. Fortunately, it's not always exactly what you might see. As the saying goes, don't trust everything you see, even salt may look like sugar. If you enjoyed that video, if you got something out of it, be sure to smash that like button. It just helps with the algorithms, that way more people can see videos just like this. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I post videos just like this every single week for you to enjoy. And if you'd like to get notified every time I get a new video, be sure to hit that little notification bell as well. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.